So I've just come for a dog walk, and well, the cat, I'm not sure, has decided to join me. So that's quite an interesting, oh, to be fair, he does do that sometimes. He'll come in with me for a little while and then stop when we get to the next house, because they also have lots of dogs, so he'll turn around at that stage. So I've come out with Tweed and Minnie. Tweed is 8.5 years old. Minnie is the must be about 4 now. So Minnie was brought as a therapy dog for Harry, but she doesn't particularly like Harry, so that's quite interesting. Tweed was bought as a tractor dog, but has been on the tractor twice in the 8.5 years that she's been with us, because actually she just prefers to be at home with me. And also I'm the one that walks. Robert doesn't. So, but interestingly enough, when I'm out with all of the dogs, everyone's more concerned about the Great Danes. However, it's the Asbo too that you need to be more worried about. Tweed is 80% lovely and 20% savage Border Terrier. If you're experienced with the breed, you'll know exactly what I mean. But anyway, so yeah, just gone for a little walk. Thought I would actually just jump on and tell you a little bit about myself. I am prone to waffling, so I'm going to try and condense it and keep it straightforward. My name's Emma. I'm 37. And yeah, I have started off in childcare actually, very similarly to Pip. I worked in the nursery, worked as a nanny, but then when I had Harry, I decided that I didn't want to work with other people's children anymore. I just wanted to look after my own. So because we moved in down at the farm at that stage, I decided to set up a dog boarding business. So I got myself licensed and looked after dogs for a living. Yeah, an ongoing passion of mine is always to be a counsellor. I've struggled on and off myself personally with mental health issues, which actually now has transpired to be ADHD, but that is a whole different subject in itself. Yeah, so anyway, I'm in the process of training to be a counsellor now. And as I've said, I just love it. I love helping people and helping myself, and I've learned so much about myself while doing this course. And I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm trying to be a pluralistic counsellor as we speak. I have still got a few dribs and drags of dogs coming through. And me and Pip are doing animal stuff, and have got some super exciting things in the pipeline. Yes, and then there's my husband Robert. He's a year younger than me. He was born and bred into farming. I've married into it. And so yeah, he's primarily focused on arable farming up to this stage. So he's now diversifying out into livestock. And as I mentioned, we've got some super exciting stuff, which at some stage or another, at Pip's discretion, this information will be shared with you guys. Just thought I would take this opportunity just to jump on really and just tell you a little bit about myself. And obviously you are seeing a little bit more of me on Pippa's vlog as time's going on. So obviously you've had the joys of kind of experiencing Pippa's life for such a long time, and you're getting a little bit of an inside look of ours as well. And I've always been tempted with blogging because our house seriously is insane, but quite frankly I couldn't fit it in. And the technical side of I'm a bit of a technophobe basically, so the technical side of filming vlogs and kind of making them and things like that is way beyond my brain capacity, quite frankly. So yeah, so anyway, that's why I'm tagging this onto Pips, and it's it's great. I'm really enjoying the fact that you guys are able to share some of our journey, and having Pip at home as well makes me feel like I'm not going absolutely insane. When you're in it, sometimes you think that maybe you're making it worse than it actually is, but now Pip's here, I realise it is as bad as I thought it was. So yeah, and anyway, so I'm Emma. I'm 37 years old. I've not been brought up in farming. I was never born in the countryside. We've always kind of lived in the countryside, I guess, but no, my parents we moved around a lot for my dad's job and settled close to here when I was in my teenage years. And so I basically married into farming, met Robert in 2011, and haven't looked back really. Gosh, it's must be 11 years. Been married for 5.5 years now, 3 children. So Sky's my eldest. Rob's her stepdad, but has pretty much been the main male role model in her life since she was about 1.5. So dad, Yeah, he's dead. And then we've got Harry and Ozzy. Just insane, basically. You know, as you're probably aware, all kids have got varying levels of SEN needs, and yeah, Sky is unknown specimen to both myself and to Pip, being as she's only got boys, so we are having to learn together. It has been throwing some very interesting curveballs, and yes, we continue to learn together, but actually she's, you know, I feel like we're kind of getting through the worst of it now, if that makes sense. And then Harry's just Harry, plodding through school at the moment. We are currently in the process of trying to get ECHPs and things sorted for him, because we think he might need a little bit more tailored learning for secondary rather than mainstream, but that's a work in progress, and I'm sure at some stage we'll go into a lot more detail over that one. And then Ozzy is just turbo child, undiagnosed ADHD, waiting to be seen, absolutely off his rocker, basically. And I genuinely felt like I was going mad for a while before Pippa started working with us, because she there's not an off switch, and I just, yeah, he was coming to the age of 2, where you all know what it's like when you've got a toddler that's turning 2. I felt like I was going insane, and this is at the stage, actually, to be honest, where I was in the middle of all of my training and in the early stages of training, and undiagnosed ADHD, and trying to get back into theoretical learning, which is just a bit of a no-no for me. And yeah, anyway, so we begged Pip to come and start working with us here. I think it's probably safe to say that not one of us has any regrets about what it is that we are doing and trying to achieve here. And actually, it's really bad. I don't want to work. I want to be at home and play with Pippa every day, because we have so much fun, and I really enjoy it. We've got so many plans for the future and things that we're trying to do and things that we're trying to achieve. So I was, yeah, trained to be a counsellor, but I'm really interested in like the mindfulness side of treatment and mindfulness therapy. I have a particular interest in kind of working with PTSD and addiction, and but I also feel that a lot of our future plans could incorporate a broad range of people. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say too much. This is a story for a later date. So yeah, life is just mental, absolutely mental. But in some respects I wouldn't change it, but I've got a bit of a fuddled brain this morning, so I'm out walking the dogs now, just trying to clear it and work out what I'm going to start with today. So I've got the animals to sort out. We're having floor being laid in the living room, which has been done this morning. I'm going to see a person about something. Pip, you know what I'm talking about. This morning, I really need to get the pantry sorted. I'm still waiting on boxes so that I can sort things out properly, which I'm finding really frustrating. The house is just chaotic because all the living room furniture is everywhere other than in the living room. And I really also need to start on a theoretical piece of work that I'm really struggling to get started in, because again, another delight of the apparent ADHD is the fact that they think there's some form of kind of processing thing for me as well. So actually, I now understand why I don't understand, but it is making things rather interesting. I would love to get to know you guys a little bit better as well. I see a lot of familiar faces, familiar names popping up in the comments on Pippa's page, and I'd really like to get to know you better. So why don't you tell me about yourself? Tell me something that Kevin may not know. Share a bit about yourself, but equally, if there's stuff about my life that you'd like to know a bit more of, ask. I am genuinely a complete open book. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate. If you've got any questions with regard to ADHD diagnoses in adults and how to recognise it, and what made me think I was ADHD when I've lived a certain way for the last 37 years of my life. I want to be able to impart some wisdom if anyone wants to listen, because I'm very good at talking to people. Not the best tendency for a counsellor, to be fair, but that's a work in progress. And yeah, let's get engaged, let's talk, let's chat, let's communicate, let's make a bit of a community, because we can all have a lot of fun together. Anyway, I'm sending all of this mishmash of stuff over to Pip, and whatever it is that you're watching, or whatever it is that you've watched, is something that she's made out of all the missed random bits of video that I've sent over to her. Anyway, have a lovely day, and I will speak with you all soon. Bye.